Right, so we have another example of recursive implementation of the Fibonacci sequence. Recall from the previous example that the recursive algorithms have functions which call themselves. Okay, so here the function will call two copies of itself because the Fibonacci sequence has a memory of 2. So we have two base cases, as we may recall from the definition of the Fibonacci sequence. We have n equals 0 means the Fibonacci evaluates to 0, and if n is equal to 1, then the Fibonacci value is 1. Okay, otherwise the Fibonacci sequence calls the simpler versions of the same procedure but now with smaller inputs. Okay, and the smaller inputs are n minus 1 and n minus 2. Okay, and this generates further calls, of course, because when we want to compute n minus 1, it will generate calls for n minus 2 and n minus 3. Similarly, the Fibonacci of n minus 2 will generate calls for n minus 3 and n minus 4, and this keeps on happening. We have an exponential growth of number of calls to Fibonacci sequence in terms of n. Then this keeps on happening until we hit the base cases. Okay, and in terms of the base cases, then we can define the Fibonacci sequence for any value of n where n is a non-negative integer.